is good to make them aware, yes, but especially the people working for those organizations, for them to understand that maybe those organizations are not functioning perfectly or the best they could do to really help people. That's really something that we need to change, and that's very true. I wanted to ask the same question to our other guest, Mukova, on what do you see as the problems in your view regarding humanitarianism? What are the problems that you face maybe, or that maybe your country face, the people that you see in need? Can you tell us more on those issues?
As a humanitarian, I've seen these challenges, and since childhood I've been seeing these challenges. Personally, I would not condemn all charity organizations. I would not condemn all non-government organizations. As a youth, I grew up from an orphanage. Since 7 years up to around 19, I was in an orphanage. I was paid education for, I was given food, I was given medication and everything. But on the other hand, still, regarding some other organizations, as in creative society, we are trying to fight the poverty, we are trying to fight the inequality, we are trying to fight all the bad things. On the other side of the organizations, I think if we are to fight these things, we should go through charity organizations, NGOs. I am a charity founder, but I support creative society for a reason. There have been charities for over 100 years. There have been organizations, big organizations for 100 years, hundreds and hundreds of years. But I don't know whether these projects are, I don't know whether poverty itself is a project. I really don't understand if poverty itself is a project, whereby these very people funding these projects, I don't know whether they don't want poverty to end. I really don't understand, because if the idea was to fight poverty, if the idea was to fight hunger, if the idea was to fight diseases and all that thing, I think by all these years, it would be done. It would be nowhere to be seen. You know, I've grown up seeing big organizations, USA, the UK. I've been seeing many organizations here in Uganda, in Africa, in the world, but there is nothing, there is no change. So as a humanitarian, I came up to join Creative Society. I have a charity organization, right? But I came up to join the Creative Society so that we can see a better way where we should not have any organization. We should not have charity organizations, but everyone will be able to get food. Everyone will be having access to medication, access to good quality services, and everyone will be equal to each other.
Thank you so much for your choice and for giving your example. And you know, like when we will see in the society more examples like your ones, right? When charity organizations support creative society, also join this wave of informing people about this opportunity for the whole humanity, the faster we can build it. And the faster we can really help people who are in need today in many different spheres. Can you also see, you know, like in your field, how these changes, the significant changes may come, right? So like maybe what is needed to really help people in your sphere of work, and what is really required for that?
The humanitarian aid is so important, but we have done without the humanitarian aid. You know, I always, first of all, I started the work when I have something, nothing, you know. I collect the used clothes, and I pack the used clothes, and I'm still distributing in different areas where they need. So it's not if you have a funds, you have to work, but if you are a humanitarian, if you have a sense, if you have a humanity heart, you can change the society. you can create a society. Funds is a very essential, play the vital role. But if you have no funds, so it's not a mean that you will not work. You cannot improve yourself. You cannot help to the humanity. So of course we help to the humanity without funds. If we drain the water from our area without funds, it's a humanity. You help to each other, it's a humanity. You are aware to the any person from HIV, AIDS, and the different the disease sectors. You are doing the humanity without funds. So awareness, it's not depend upon the funds. Awareness, you're gonna talk. It's a humanity. I'm talking to you about the underprivileged society, about the underprivileged communities. So it is a humanity, because I am delivering my speech, I am delivering my talking about the humanity. It's a awareness. So, but humanitarian aid is very important. We talk about the humanitarian aid, and you said that a humanitarian aid, the different multinational companies like food companies and other pharmaceutical companies. Question is that why the capitalist person they are not extending their hands? Why the situation they are spoiling every country? So every person know the. I think the multinational companies, they have a corporate social responsibility. They work in a ground, but they do nothing. They have no physically work. They just await the sessions in different colleges and university. But we need more. We need more. We need more in the world.
If we have helped the suffering people, the poor people, there is what they call participatory development, whereby you include the people who are affected, right? If you are supporting the poor, if you are supporting those who are suffering from HIV, you have to use those who have HIV. If you want to support people who don't have food, you have to use those who don't have food. But the only big challenge you have is that the so-called rich people, they are the ones who are being entrusted to support the very poor people. I think there is a mismatch. We should use the poor people to support the poor people. We should use those affected with HIV/AIDS to support those affected with HIV/AIDS. That's called the participatory development, whereby someone who is affected is put into the development process, is included in the development process, is included in the supporting process. Because this person has it on heart. He understands well how it feels to be poor. He understands well how it feels to sleep when you don't have food. He understands well what it means to have kids and they are not going to school. So we should go down to earth, down on the ground, down to the villages and get these people, empower these people no matter whether they are educated or not educated. We should empower these people to support others. And the other idea is, of course, we should, if you are to fight hunger, we should get these modified, are they called genetically modified seeds and animals. We should get these things and bring to these suffering states. We bring to Uganda, we bring to South Sudan, we take to different areas. I think this is one of supporting, because, if you are growing corn and corn is growing in 2 months, unlike this one of ours, which goes for 3 to 4 months, sometimes 5. So this supports and this helps to improve the life of these people.
I would like to highlight some of what you said. Help coming from the bottom to the top. We are usually thinking the top, those organizations, they are in charge, so they should be able to help the masses. But at the end, we realize that as you mentioned, for so many years, those organizations have been supposedly helping people, but we still have those problems of anger. So maybe indeed, the best way to do this is to empower the masses and to be able to help each other into this unity and making sure we can finally do something concrete that helps people. So I really like this way of presenting it. The other things that you mentioned, it's about providing those people the way to empower those people with maybe money, but also technology in terms of bringing water everywhere we want, and there is already this kind of technology that exists. So being able to develop more and more the usage of those technology. In terms of farming, you were talking about seeds. We know that there is also a different ways of farming, different methods, vertical farmings, when we have a usage of water, of soil that is reduced by more than 80%, and you can have so much more food grown with so few soil and water, so much more efficient. So that's definitely indeed some of those solution that already exist, and I re-emphasize about this. It's already there, that we need to bring awareness to people so that could develop even more. And typically in a creative society, that is exactly what we will be using, the tools that we'll be using to make the society a better place for everybody. I wanted to move on to indeed bringing the creative society, this idea of a creative society and the benefits of the creative society. Having the human being as the main goal, the highest value in society, and then having everything around built for the human being. That's really the main benefits of the creative society, and being able to bring the right technology to the right person. Also talking about funding, making sure that the creative society will not have everybody earning the same amount of money. Some people will earn more, but the more you earn, the more you're tempted, or you will be reinvesting the money that you have into the society to make it a better place, rather than holding it into your bank, into your vault, as it is the case in the consumer format of society. So that's typically one of the big advantage of the creative society, talking about funds and how we can allocate those funds to sustain the society. So from those benefits that we can hear from the creative society, I wanted to ask you the question: how do you see the creative society helping out in your field of humanitarianism and helping people on the ground for a better future?
Actually, first of all, I think the creative society, it's how we can change the betterment society. Having a betterment society, we can change through awareness. So creative society is a name of, it's not a creative society, but it's a name of, how work. It's a name of be a marvelous work. If you don't be a marvelous work, you do nothing. If you silence everything, so it's not a question of a silence. Its answer is that you have to work in every field and in every field. It's a humanitarian need. You have to work in every field, in a climate change and element poverty, and so you can I think create the creative society.
Yeah, so from your answer I can understand that the idea of awareness is not about climate situation that we are currently having, and it's not more about like ecological situation, but about this real global crisis that is happening around us. And the way out of this situation is to build in a creative society, meaning without any evolution, in a peaceful way, reorganizing the structure of society, the relationships between people. The idea came from a lot of like 10 years of questionnaire, asking people all around the world in what kind of world they would like to live. From these answers, we built great foundations, where first of all, human's life should be in the first place, and like many benefits person will get when he will live in a great society. Like, for example, income that is unconditional. So by the right of birth, a person will get money, and he or she can even change the field of study or the field of work in later on. And the society also provide place of living, free education, free medicine, and many more. And explaining this to people, bringing this awareness that we together can build this type of society, rearrange and get rid of corruptions, for example. That's more about great society. Bring awareness about these trends.
If free from corruption is very important in every country, but we want to the transparency. You know, the without
Liberezza de corrupto este tre grave en ciu lando, sed ni volas travi liberezzon, sed travi tindos monon al iu organizo, se nin liberezzon ni ne povas fari iu kaj fari malpravante, do se ni havas komprenon pri laboro, se ni volas fari nian laboron por la homaro, se ni volas fari nian laboron por homoj, niaj homoj, se ni volas helpi la malriĉulojn, kiam ni devas esti malfermitaj, tiel antaŭ ĉio ni devas ŝanĝi nian konscion kaj fariĝi malfermitaj.
That's very true. I mean, the change is coming from every single of us, and that's how the creative society will be created, to have everybody united and changes. It seems that people at this point, they feel that there is no other way. It's the way it is.
La creativo societo per universale unuiĝo kaj ŝanĝoj per ili sentas ke ne ekzistas alia maniero, la eblo estas ke ni devas ripari la situacion per tio kion ni scias, per tio kion ni jam havas. Sed kiel ni diris dum la diskuto, ĉi tio ne estas la plej bona maniero fariĝi ĝin, ĉar se estus ĉiuj problemoj estus solvitaj. Ĝis nun tiel la kreativa societo estas vere alternativo tute alia strukturo, kiun homoj surloke devas efektivigi por ke profitoj, kiun ni diskutis, estu disponeble por ĉiuj. Mi volis demandi vin, ĉu ni parolas pri la kreativa societo, pri la avantaĝoj de la kreativa societo por la humanitara sfero. Kio estas ĉi tiu avantaĝo, kiun estas ligi kun konstruado de la kreativa societo? Compreneble, unue kiam ĉi tiu estas efektivigita, ĉiuj profitas, ĉar ĉiu homo estas provizita per ĉiu necesa akvo, loĝejo, manĝaĵo, ĉiu estas disponebla. Ĉi tiu estas la avantaĝo, kiun mi vidas, kaj ĝi por ĉiuj homoj ne estas malriĉeco. Ĉiuj bazaj bezonoj de ĉiu homo estus kontentigitaj, krome estus grandega profito, ke ĉiuj la mondo havas al medikamentoj, aliron al ĉio, kion ili bezonas, koncerne al mi. Estas la plej bona, kiu povas esti. Diri ke mi menciis ke ekzistas multaj malsamaj aferoj, al kiuj ne ĉiuj havas aliron, kaj la konkludo estas ke sur la tero ne devus esti diferenco en ĉio, kiu povas esti previzita al homo. Depenas ke vi devus havi aliron al ĉiuj aferoj, kaj ĉi tiu estas avantaĝoj, kiu estas propraj al persono.
And everybody is working together.
Fakto ke vi loĝas
so that's really
aŭ alia lando havas aŭ alian statuson, ne estas statuso en la kreativa societo. Ĉiuj havas la saman statuson homan.
Once again, we are almost here to help people to unlearn
ni povas vidi kaj mi ĝojas ke vi menciis tiujn avantaĝojn, ĉar estas tre grave ke homoj denove komprenu ke ni ĉiuj estas ĉi tie por helpi homojn forgesi sian ideon pri kiel la aferoj devus esti. Aspekti kiel devu kaj por ke ili efektive povu lerni alian vojon, kiun ili eĉ ne povis imaĝi, sed fakte estas tute eble effettivighi do grande andando al viambo por le figi citiu un avantaggio ca equaligi la via humana vid punto kiel ni devos esti homo in cachar per quanto homo ni ligas tiujn se malriĉuloj fariĝus malpli malriĉi kaj vivus en pli bone kondiĉoj tio devigos la civilizacion antaŭen eniri kaj uzi la plenan potencialon de tiuj ĉi homoj kiuj nuntempe ne kapablas realigi sian plenan potencialon pro la situacion kiu ili troviĝas. Tio estas tre interesa koncepto kiu postulas iom da tempo por kompreni kaj postulas iom da peno de homo kiu ĵus comprenas che estas vi vere lernas pri tio kion vi jam vidis je la 6000 jara historio de nia nuna civilizacio kio okazis tra la historio do vi komprenas ke estas tiel nature vive en paca socio vive en socio ke homo kunlaboras kun unu kun la alia havas unu celon kaj estas unuigita per unu celo vere estas malsana sperto. Kaj vi ankaŭ povas vere kompreni ĝin, kiam vi nur ni komprenas, ke ni vere povas krei ĝin, se ni ĉiuj homoj el la tuta mondo komprenas la kaj simplecon de ĉi tiu ideo, ni simple ŝanĝu nian pensadon kaj rimarku, ke ĉi tiu estas reale, ĝi estas eble kaj ni ĉiuj povas alporti politikistojn al potenco, kiujn povas corpigi la fundamento de la kriva societo en la legge de ĉiuj landoj kaj fari tiujn unuajn paŝojn al tiu multdona platformo kaj antaŭ tio ni bezonas kuniĝi pri unu ideo kaj tiu estas vere grandega ŝanco por ni ĉiuj. Eble vi ŝatas aldoni ion aŭ deziras niajn spektantojn.
Before that, we really need to be united on one idea, and it's really a huge chance.
Yes, multe dankoj.
Maybe you have
Fakte uno de nove mi estas tre
you want to wish something for our viewers.
Fakte uno de nove mi
Thank you very much. Actually, I'm first of all
yes, multe dankoj. Fakte uno de nove mi estas tre dankema al la projekto Kreativa Societo. Ni ricevis la okazon paroli pri la tutmonda krizo. Tiel estas tre agrable paroli kun vi pri tiu pri la Kreativa Societo. Dankegon. Multe dankon. Koran dankon ne spektantoj, ne fratoj kaj fratinoj tra la mondo kiuj donas sian koron, menson kaj animon al la projekto de Kreativa Societo por la avantaĝo de la homaro, por la avantaĝo de ĉiu homo en la mondo. Vi scias, ni volas pli bonan mondon kie estas egaleco, libereco por ĉiuj, aliro al informoj por ĉiuj. Aliru al servoj, tiam mi kuraĝigas ĉiujn veni aliĝi al la Kreativa Societo, venu volontuloj, ni kunlaboru al ni. Ili volontuloj gando kun multaj fratinoj kaj fratoj, kun multaj homoj ni volontuloj. Kuniĝi kun ni kaj kune konstruos grean societon.
Profound message, and from both of you, thank you very much for your participation today. You are actually true because you really voicing the truth for people. We talked about this awareness.
Grandan dankon al vi ambaŭ pro via partopreno hodiaŭ. Vi estas vera heroo, ĉar vi vere parolis la veron al homoj. Ni parolis pri ĉi tiu informo kiun ni devas transdoni al homoj, por ke ili vere komprenu ĝi devas veni de ili, ni ne povas ŝanĝi homojn, ni povas klarigi ĝin kiel eble plej bone, por ke ili vere komprenu kaj agu memstare. Tion ni faras, do ne silentu, kontaktu individu kaj disvastigu informojn. Tio estas la plej grava afero kiun ni povas fari hodiaŭ.
The truth is spreading very fast, and if you really understand what is happening in your field, and we would like to talk openly about it. Also, please write to us. Write at the email at info@creativesociety.com. Be a part of this wave, and tell it to everyone you know and you don't know, in order to make this information spread as fast as possible. Because the future of our civilization depends on us, on people who are living nowadays, and we can be these
Duncan does not
the whole format of our
dependas nur de ni kiom rapide ni povas antaŭeniri kun la kreiva societo, la vero disvastiĝas tre rapide, kaj se vi vere komprenas kio okazas en via kampo, kaj vi ŝatus ankaŭ paroli malkaŝe pri tio, bonvolu retpoŝti al ni